This is Daniel Penny. Right, a lot of people, a lot of you have seen this picture, right? He's a former Marine or and a supposed good Samaritan, right? And basically, he's been charged with manslaughter for killing a mentally unwell man on a subway train in New York. Yeah, this is Daniel Penny. This is that guy you've been seeing. You know, they've had photos of him like in profile with the hat on and everything, but this is him unfiltered. This is the guy. We've been seeing pictures of him when he was younger. They make me, think a certain way. This guy's been charged with manslaughter. He killed a man. He killed a black man. Okay, he was in a mental situation, a mentally unwell man and shit. Okay, and for the record, he should be charged with murder, premeditated. Okay, he snuck up behind this mentally ill man. This man was in no condition to oppose him, and he knew he was weak. So he snuck up behind and locked in a choke and choked him out, and the man lost his life. And a bunch of people were sitting in that train watching him do this, and none of them got up to stop him or anything. If at least two or three people would have stopped him, there were people helping him kill the man, and they should be charged too with accessory. All right, they should be charged as well. Okay, they should do facial recognition to get the people that was helping him murder a man in front of everyone else. And it's an indictment on the human condition and whatnot that people sat up there and watched him choke out this guy and did nothing. Did not a goddamn thing. Okay? Reminds me when I was little and shit. I grew up in the south side of Chicago, and a lot of people who are from here, they know that it's still a racially segregated place. The city is racially segregated along community lines. And we actually have a sundown town within the city called Bridgeport. Okay, I'm not going to go any further than that, but when I was a kid, he used to always say, "Watch out," because a lot of these racist Caucasian people will only attack you if they have the numbers or if they could get the drop on you and shit. And that's what this guy did. He followed the playbook and shit. He never gets tired. He snuck up behind and locked in a choke. He didn't approach him directly or try to calm him down or talk to him or anything. It wasn't his fucking job. His job was just to ride that fucking train to his destination. But he saw an opportunity to get a cheap win. Right? That's what it's all about. In this fucking country, black men are the lion, and motherfuckers be going on a safari and shit. But you got a lot of these guys like with his mindset, like in places of authority. Like police officers and everything. And they look at it as a rite of passage, taking one of us out. Okay? No matter what the condition is shit. To me, this guy's a coward and shit. He didn't face him off. He didn't go in the front of his face and attack him. No, he snuck up behind, locked in a choke, was assisting in taking a man's life. I guess he don't give a shit about that. I don't know what goes through the minds of these people when they do shit like this. I actually thought about this when I was in the military, during, using my M16A2 with the rib stocked. When I was using that, blasting away, blasting them targets and shit, like blowing the shit out of them. I didn't think about that. Like, when the push came to shove, would I have would I be able to shoot another person and whatnot? That came to my mind when I was in basic training. A number of times I thought about it. But then I thought, like, if I didn't shoot the people, I would never get home. I just want to get home to my girlfriend or slash fiance. And, she was having my kid at the time. She was having a baby. And I was in basic training and shit. Because I had to, because there was there was nothing I could do in Chicago. I couldn't get a decent job. Okay, I had to pay for a job through an employment agency, and the best they could do was like a minimum wage in restaurants. Right? I got in the military and shit. I learned some things, and life experience expanded my mind and shit. Not knowingly, just naturally and shit. I had to make a hard decision and shit because I wanted my I wanted my child to have support and have stability in this life, and it wasn't coming from anywhere else. Especially in a matriarchal construct that is our community and shit. So I was forced to make a hard decision and shit. But I did. So I seen a lot of Daniel Pennies and shit. And that fucking last name is about what he's worth, or a wooden nickel. That's the most he could ever be worth as a living being. All right. Yeah, he's a murderer. Okay, he's a murderer. He's a cold-blooded killer, and I doubt there's a soul behind his eyes. All right, he's gonna get off. He's raised $1 million. There's been a GoFundMe. You know, the minority majority, they come together like Voltron to protect their own, especially when a black person is involved, because they feel like they should be allowed to do whatever they want to us with impunity and shit. Over generations, they've been taught racial myths in their homes, and they strive to make that a reality when they encounter you. If you're a melanated person, a black person, especially a black man, you know, and I said, fuck it. I gotta tell you young people and shit. Like, hey, so what are you gonna do about this, okay? What are you gonna do about this and shit, okay? Are you just gonna, let them kneel on your fucking neck and shit? Is this the reality you want? I'm tired of looking at news reports and shit like this and then seeing black people saying like, oh, in this day and age, I never thought that could happen and shit. Yes, it could happen, you fucking idiot. Okay, these people mean you no good. Right? And at worst, they want your life. They want to take your fucking life. At best, they'll have a paternal, patronizing view of you as a giant child. Okay? And they'll work to move the goalposts and shit to keep you from getting anywhere. And they'll push the glass ceiling down until it's mashed into your fucking face. Right? And I know maybe you think it's a reach or anything. I don't think it's a fucking reach. I have no illusions that anyone will watch this video in any appreciable numbers simply because they see the face of a white man here. Okay, simply because they see the face of a white man. Alright? Nobody gives a shit. You don't understand the meaning why I would put this up. Okay, even though I feel that way. You don't understand, man. It's a litmus test. I'm gonna see if anybody has the balls. Currently, nobody has the balls in these generations. I'm a fucking Generation X, man. When we was raised by baby boomers and whoever came before that shit, the greatest generation or whatever. We're raised by those people, okay? All right? When I arrived in 1969, when I arrived on the planet and shit, they were in the process of killing off the black community and shit. They killed it off during that time. The late 60s, early 70s, they murdered the black community and shit and took away its viability and shit over time. Over the next 4 to 5 decades, we became a parody of ourselves. All right? I don't know what to tell you. I think personally that it would take another 4 generations to get back to where we were, but we would be in smaller numbers. It would be economically viable, although they wouldn't do it to get reparations and shit. But you'll be consigned to something like a reservation and shit, okay? Because you're an endangered species. There's a lot of shit I could go into, but it would just be a reach and shit, in the subject matter of this particular video. This man is a murderer. A murderer, goddammit. And you got him getting a fucking manslaughter charge in New York with a black mayor and and the state of New York with a goddamn left-wing fucking female governor and shit. And they made excuses for this man killing another defenseless, harmless individual. Okay? What can I say? Good job, New York. Good fucking job. And I tell you young kings out there, you young people in general, man and woman, I'm telling you, hey, what kind of world do you want to live in? What is your fucking future? What future are you making for yourself? Okay, while you're on fucking social media being brand new. What is your future? What do you want to do with yourself? Because you can see in this man's eyes the alternative, what they really want for you.
All but one man died there at Bitter Creek, and they say he ran away, branded, marked with a coward's shame. What do you do when you're branded? Well, you fight for your name. He was innocent, not a charge was true, but the world would never know. Branded, scorned as the one who ran. What do you do when you're branded and you know you're a man? Wherever you go for the rest of your life, you must prove you're a man.
This message has been paid for by the Dusties. Yes, the niggas you love to hate.